How's it going, guys, and welcome to another video. Today I want to show you something that is very simple but took me way too long to figure out, and that is layers. So this is your layers down here, which is pretty much every single thing that you can see in front of you. It's got a little eye next to it, and what I want to teach you is to make something that looks like this go to something that looks like this. See, it's much nicer and neat, and I can find anything I need to find nice and quick. So I'll go back to this one because I spent a lot of my life just making things on Photoshop, and everything that got inserted just went on top of itself. I'd drag it around a little bit if I needed to, but it essentially became too hard when you work on bigger projects, and especially things you want to go back to work out what you were trying to look for. So just say this arrow that's here, for example. If I just wanted to make sure, see that arrow actually goes behind the iPhone there, so I want to bring it up a bit higher. And so if I'm scrolling through here, to find that arrow, I actually have to go through and see, oh, there it is there, and drag that up above the iPhone there. So it's not called the right thing, it's not really in the right spot, it could literally be anywhere. There's about 20 layers here, but there could easily be 50 or 100 in some of the things that you're working on. So it's really important that you keep it ordered. And that's what I want to show you guys, is a couple of quick little tips on how to keep things ordered, which means you'll be able to get to it quicker and make all your projects more efficient from here on. So first thing is grouping. Now this is one of the most important things and the best way to start off. So just for example here, we've got a lot of kind of backgrounds selected. It's only the top one that you can see, but there's a lot of backgrounds in this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold Command and I'm going to select all the different backgrounds that I've got here. So backgrounds. There they are, and what I'm going to do is just click right here. There's this folder. If you click that, that'll group it into a folder, which is now called Group 1, which if I open it, has all the backgrounds in it. Now what I want to do is rename it. You need to think of these like a file system that you would have on your computer. You don't just put every single thing that you own onto your desktop. Some people do. It's definitely preferable if you don't. So you want to put things into folders, and sometimes you even put folders into folders to make things easy to find. So I'm going to call this one Backgrounds. And I'll put it right, because backgrounds are always going to be at the back, I'll put it right down the bottom there. Now there's a couple of generic kind of things here. That's some text. These are different text things here, so I might highlight the text, put them into a folder just by clicking the folder, and I'm just going to call it text. Now you can do this for every single thing that you've got in your project, and it also means that you can take all the text off or put it all on by using the little kind of eyeball there, whether you want to see things or not. And the next thing I want to show you how to do is to color them. And again, it makes it really easy, especially if it's a project that you're coming back to a lot. Once you start to learn about what the colors are, you can click on things without even hardly looking at them. The whole point of this is to just take that time of searching for things down and down and down to make your whole job quicker. So all I need to do is just right click on text, and then you've got these colors here. So I'll make it red. Now text is red and all the layers inside there are red. So now I know that text is red. When I'm scrolling through, I can see it right there, and it's easy to use. I'll make the backgrounds orange, and so on and so on and so on. So this is the template that I use for making my thumbnails for Know Your Tools and for all my YouTube videos. And this is how I have them laid out, and it's probably not a bad kind of guideline for you to go for. So for example, we've got the background there. If you open that up, these are all the different backgrounds that I've used in the Know Your Tools or any of my YouTube series. And then you've got the tools icons. So again, for the Know Your Tools, these are all the different icons, and I've got them all named here. So you can see this is layers. This is what I'll use for this video. There it is there. But also if I needed to find the eyedrop one, there it is. And they're all just there in their own folder. So I'll put the layers one on because we're going to use it for this video. And then we've got the name plus the logo. So if I drop that one down there, it's just the writing that's here. It just says layers. But even just the fact that that's one thing in a folder, it just stops things being cluttered. It just puts it in a folder and makes it easier to find in the future. And in the future, I might do some different series that have different types of logos or words on them, and I can put them into that folder as well. And then I've always got a miscellaneous one, which is the bits and pieces that you don't always want to use. But the Photoshop one, for example, that's on there. The arrow, I use the arrow every now and then. Instagram logo, the iPhone, sometimes I want to show something on an iPhone. So they all just live in the miscellaneous one. The miscellaneous folder, be aware, can get a bit crazy, so you might want to split that up into more folders. But the opportunities are endless. And I recommend that if you've never done it before, or if you kind of even just do one of these things, I recommend that you start being heaps more specific about it now, and you'll thank me in the future once you start getting into some more bigger, crazier projects, especially when you're coming back to them. You'll be very, very thankful that things are so easy to find. And the time that you are working on things will halve or even more, just because things will be so easy for you to find and edit. I hope you learned something in these videos. I try and keep it nice and short and easy to understand. If you did, leave a like, leave a thumbs up, and definitely subscribe if you're enjoying them as well, guys. Check out my other videos as well. I've got heaps of tutorials, and if there's any other ideas that you've got or anything else you want to learn, drop it down in the comments for me. I'm trying to bring out one video a week at least, so I've got heaps of ideas coming, but anything else, let me know, and I'd love to make a video about it. Thanks, guys.